What is up, guys? It's the Sound Alchemist, part of OneMindSyndicate, and today I'm back to talk about Warhammer 40k. So recently I've been talking about the Primarchs, but today I decided let's take a break from these demigod badasses and talk about another badass that I feel like most people tend to overlook, and that is the Harlequin Solitaire. Solitaires are nimble, they're very destructive, they're tricky, and they know how to get all the cards in their favor. And here we see a Solitaire going up against a Chaos Lord, and the battle these two have is a very interesting one. So without further ado, guys, let's go ahead and dive into this 40k lore. Lord Kragax tore out his enemy's spine in a spray of blood, prizing it free of its owner to the sound of ripping meat. Licking coppery wetness from his lips with a forked tongue, the Black Legionnaire hurled aside the ragged thing that had once been a man and looked out across the ruins of High Vidocs. Everywhere the ground was littered with mangled corpses of human soldiers and the burning remains of their pathetic defenses. The War Master would be pleased. However, something flickered in the corner of Kragax's vision, and he whirled around with a speed that belied his massive size. Catching a glimpse of a crimson and blue thing, the Space Marine sent out a burst of combi bolter fire, hammering it into the shadows. Nothing. Peering into the darkness, Kragax searches for his quarry, growing in order to his retinue. The hulking warriors closed in around their lord, heavy guns leveled onto the smoldering ruins. Bursts of fire rang out as first one, then another Black Legionnaire fired at the half-seen shape. Yet, even their superhuman reflexes were not fast enough to hit whatever it could be. Suddenly, a burst of multicolored light erupted from their ruined hub like prismatic lightning. With a guttural command, Kragax ordered them to fire once again. As one, a dozen bolters roared to life. The ground around the apparition exploded into showers of dust and debris, stone shards as well. Kragax watched in rage as, like smoke caught upon the wind, his foe fumbled through thundering storms of fire, unharmed. Closing the distance between the ruins and the Black Legionnaires in a matter of seconds, the figure landed with impossible grace in front of Vorgek, one of Kragax's chosen. Vorgek was a battle-scarred veteran of the Long War, with the blood of countless foes upon his clawed hands. But before this strange foe, he was a novice, fresh from training. Even as this Chaos Marine raised his bolter, the figure batted it aside just fast enough to slip under the Chaos Marine's reach and plant a delicate finger upon his neck. Kragax saw the tiniest glint of something fire out from the figure's wrist and slip into his flesh. Blood erupted from every joint of the Chosen's power armor, and he collapsed. Screaming a challenge, Kragax charged towards the figure, only to be enveloped by a blur of light and sound. Ripping, popping, and gurgling filled his ears as he felt bitter warm blood splash across his face. Blinking away the cloying darkness before his eyes, Kragax screamed out again for this cowardly foe to stand and face him. Then the Chaos Lord heard another sound. Applause. Kragax looked up to see the Solitaire standing beside the tangled remains of his chosen, each one a leaking suit of power armor, awash with their own blood. In a show of outrageous condensation, the Solitaire was clapping slowly, goading Kragax into a fury. With a growl of anger, Kragax went to raise his combi bolter, and the end of the arrogant Xenos. Only as he did, his arm tore free from his body, and a crimson web spread out across his chest. Kragax's last sight before he literally fell apart was the Solitaire taking his bow. And there you have it, guys. Just a quick showing of what these guys are capable of. This dude, in a matter of seconds, managed to string up a web of like super sharp fibers that basically encased these Chaos Space Marines so that whenever they moved, this super sharp wire would cut them into pieces. And him goading this Chaos Lord played directly into his hand, and he basically cut himself into a bloody pulp, and the Solitaire remained unfazed. These guys are literally, how should I put it? I guess similarly to a Custode when it comes to the Imperium, they're badass, they're almost undefeated, they seem nigh impossible to best, and time again, they do come out on top. So essentially the Harlequins are the Custodes of the Eldar, super powerful warriors, everything is like a dance to them, or I guess you could say a play, and it's very difficult to take these guys out at all. Unfortunately, the range for the Harlequins is very, very small. However, I do see them top a lot of tournaments from time to time, so even though the Eldar seem to be a forgotten faction to GW, they are a very powerful force to be reckoned with. They're small, they're fast, they're elite. The only downside to them on the tabletop is I believe their toughness, which is like toughness 3, so they're squishy, but they are the definition of a glass cannon. They hit hard, they hit fast, but if they get caught, then they're kind of done for. So again, you see the Harlequins, the Solitaire, playing to their strength, subterfuge, sneaky attacks, misdirection, and then they don't let themselves get goaded, they don't let themselves get caught, because in a battle of strength, the Chaos Lords, the Chaos Space Marines will come out on top. So let me know if there's any other Eldar factions or Eldar characters you guys want me to cover, because these guys are pretty powerful on their own. Now imagine a whole army going up against another force. Yeah, this would be a blowout. But that's all I got for today, guys. This was just a nice, sweet, short one. So let me know your thoughts, your comments, like, subscribe, head on over to our Patreon page. If you guys like what we do here, support us on that, or hit us up with a super thanks. Don't forget, we have 2 other channels as well. We have the OMS podcast, where you guys can check out the Warhammer Primarch novels with us, or you can go on over to our Q&A channel for the Greater Wall and ask us any question you guys want. But that's all I got for today. So as always, it's the Sound Alchemist, part of OneMindSyndicate, and I'll be seeing you guys in the next one. Peace.